We are currently in an epidemic. The people in positions of power and authority for both gaming and technology are some of the most gullible and dumbest people mankind has ever unfortunately churned out. Let's get you up to speed. NVIDIA announced DLSS 5, the latest version of DLSS, and it looks terrible. Hello everybody, it's your boy Jmulls, and let's get into this. So NVIDIA put out a video announcing NVIDIA DLSS 5 AI-powered breakthrough in visual fidelity for games. Really stretching the definition of breakthrough, by the way. It's a very short video showing side-by-side comparisons of DLSS 5 off versus on. I don't know who at NVIDIA went through this video and thought this made DLSS 5 look good. Let's go through it so you can see what I'm talking about. This is Resident Evil Requiem with DLSS 5 off. This is the main character just on some straight. We see it off, and this is it on. We have a lot of examples to go through, by the way, so I don't want to dwell too much on this one, but it's the main one going around. It looks terrible. If you've been around the internet, especially like short form content, you've probably been inundated with like AI generated videos. And all DLSS 5 seems to do is make the character look AI generated. And it's like, I can kind of see what the filter's trying to do. It's just what it's trying to do is idiotic. You have the character Grace here in the alley, and because Capcom is competent, she looks like she belongs in this game world. She doesn't stand out. She looks like she is there, and the way that she is lit looks natural based on the environment that she is in. What the AI filter does is make things brighter for no reason, I might add, but the other thing that it does is it takes features that are meant to be subtle and blows them up to be very obvious. Look at ellipse. With DLSS 5 on, it looks like one of those bad I made it better like side-by-side comparisons you could find on Twitter. In fact, it basically takes every little detail and just overly exaggerates it, whether that be shadows or skin or wrinkles or the eyes. All the while washing the color out, I might add, by the way. Like, let's not ignore that. It's also just washing out the colors, just across the scene in general. When you look at these side-by-side with DLSS 5 on, things look like they stand out. They no longer look as if they are existing in the game world. They stand out and pop out far too much. That doesn't make things inherently better. It ruins the intended artistic styling of the scene. I haven't even played Resident Evil 9 and I can pick up on this. It's obvious. How NVIDIA didn't pick up on this, I don't understand. Someone looked at this and thought this painted DLSS 5 in a good light. This isn't even the most egregious example. Let's move on to another one, shall we? Now we have Leon Kennedy from the exact same game. DLSS 5 off looks like this, looks fine to me, looks good. And then with DLSS 5 on, we just made him brighter. And we also made his stubble catch the light a little bit more. The best comparison I can make for this clip, and honestly DLSS 5 overall, is you know that meme that goes around for bad remakes of old games? This one right here, where it's like the original has mood lighting, it's an intended artistic effect for the scene, and then the remake just makes everything bright for no reason, because they're desperate to show off not the artistic styling of the game, but they're desperate to show off, look at these lighting effects, look how bright we can make things, look at the texture of all of these different models, and it ruins how the game looks. This is like the best comparison I can make to this one for Leon Kennedy here. It just makes it way too bright for no reason. This is another one, dude. So now we're in Hogwarts Legacy, and we have this like older character here holding a wand. DLSS 5 off, and let's see what it looks like with it on. Why did she age by like 20 years? Do you see what I'm talking about? I talked about this back during the Grace clip, where what I assume DLSS 5 is doing is it's analyzing the scene and it's searching for individual features and then blowing them up and hyper exaggerating them. The main like offender of this seems to be facial wrinkles, because when it analyzes and says there's a wrinkle here, it really emphasizes that, and it makes the character look like they aged by like 20 to 30 years. Who at NVIDIA thought this looked good? Again, she looks like she belongs in this game world based on the art style of Hogwarts Legacy, with DLSS 5 off. With it on, she looks out of place, as if she was edited in, because with DLSS 5 on, that's basically what happened, or at least what seems to happen. happen. It looks terrible. Another element of this is how DLSS 5 is ruining the lighting. Look at the half of the screen during this transition that has DLSS 5 off, the right-hand side. The lighting looks natural and it also looks colored. For the left-hand side of the screen with DLSS 5 on, it's far more harsh and goes for the rule of just making things brighter to show even more detail. It looks bad, man. It ruins the art style. Like, what are we doing, man? I don't get who at NVIDIA looked at this and thought it looked good to go. This is another example of everything we've been talking about. Like, what are we doing? It doesn't make these characters look better. It just makes it look like you put an AI filter over them, because that's basically what you did. In what universe does this make these characters look better? You're just adding a bunch of extra and useless detail and texture so things pop out more without any regard to how it actually looks in the end. Honestly, the worst part of this showcase might be trying to remind me that Starfield exists. But we have Starfield with DLSS 5 off right here. Okay, sure, it looks like Starfield to me. And then again with the lighting, dude. What did they program into these AI algorithms to make it believe that in order to make it look better, you just have to make them look very bright and exaggerate every little detail to the extreme? You know what it kind of reminds me of? Remember the main menu for like Detroit Become Human and how it was supposed to kind of look Uncanny Valley in a way? The DLSS 5 on for this character in Starfield very much reminds me of that style. Oh good, we have even more Starfield, and we're gonna make everything look overly bright and overly detailed so it looks like it's out of place entirely. We'll absolutely tank any semblance of immersion the scene has, and also just throw the artistic styling of the scene out the window and make it look like they have a ring light just out of frame. Seriously, it's getting comical at this point. Where'd like the extra light source come from? Things just like spawned in. Oh god, EA Sports, it's in the game. Well, apparently it's in the AI algorithm now. Bro, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? You know, it kind of figures that for the sports game, like the effect, it's there, don't get me wrong, but this is probably the best example they've shown so far because it actually somewhat respects the lighting of the scene. And bear in mind, this is a sports game. Nobody that plays these games cares at all about this. They care about actually playing this sports game. So the best example of this is targeting an audience that will never even care about this to begin with, because they probably wouldn't even know DLSS exists to begin with. There are layers to this stupidity beyond human comprehension. This is one issue I will gladly be the asshole on. Just because you make something brighter or you add a bunch of extra detail, that doesn't make something look better. And anyone with working eyeballs would be able to tell you this. I don't know how this got out the front door, besides them desperately trying to shove in this AI-generated garbage to try to make the investors that also don't know what they're talking about feel better because NVIDIA is leaning even more into AI. It's not even a matter of, oh, maybe in a few generations it'll look better. You are selling it now. You are trying to advertise this product right now. You aren't selling me on future technology. You are trying to sell me on present technology. We are dealing with people in positions of authority that are so desperate to have a foothold in AI when they eventually hope it becomes profitable, that are so stuck on tripling down on infantile technology that they no longer see the potholes and tree roots they are tripping over in their fruitless pursuit of that end goal. Anyone with working brain cells in this industry would be able to tell you this looks terrible, but they're not focused on that. They just want to keep showing that they're willing to double, if not triple, if not quadruple down on the implementation of AI. Whether or not that implementation actually makes the consumer experience better, whether or not it actually looks good, they just want to ham-fistedly insert it wherever they can just to be able to say they're doing something. It's a clear indication to me that the people that are doing this clearly don't understand the medium. This isn't a surprise, but it's another example in a long list of them. It is weak and pathetic. Okay, now this is a funny one. I can't get over the faces with DLSS 5. This is supposed to be a 15-year-old student. Brother, what are we doing? It's 15, really? And what, dog years? This is what I'm talking about. By relying on technology that doesn't know what it's doing, it's just doing what it's being told to do. It's like you brought a sledgehammer, but I asked you to paint the Mona Lisa. You brought the wrong tool to the job, man. Go out and buy a paintbrush. It just ruins the artistic intention. My God, it looks terrible. And here's where you come in. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts on that whole smorgasbord of disappointment we just suffered throughout this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts, hear your opinions, and hear your perspectives. And also, where do you think we go from here? Do you think there's a light at the end of this tunnel? I hope there is. I really hope so. And while you're down there, if you want to stay tuned for future videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and helps support future content, and I greatly appreciate it. And in other gaming news, PlayStation seemingly is pulling back from PC. And as a bit of a PC gamer myself, you know I have to give my 2 cents on this. Well, I broke down what's going on and where I think we go from here, right here. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Until we meet again.